Good morning. I have it set so that everybody's mute when they come in. So everybody's muted right now. Donna, you're muted.
Me. Okay. Hi, girls. Sorry about that. Welcome to our monthly chat. I'm Donna Hempel, and Nigel is our webmaster, and he is hosting our meeting today. I see some new faces today. And while ladies are coming in, we'd love for you to introduce yourselves, where you're from, how long you've been a member. And if you'll just, we want to welcome you to the chat section. If you're a first timer, we'd love to know that as well. Or if you've never been to one of our events, we'd love to know what's going on with you. So without further ado, Nigel, we're going to turn this over to you. Oh, there's Deborah joining us, Deborah, our CEO. And we'll be having also Jasmine Hahn will be joining as well. So Nigel, without further ado, take it away, my man.
Is Joe still not feeling well?
Yes, Joe's a little under the weather, so send her all good thoughts, ladies. We want to send her some love and well wishes so that she'll be perky and here for us next time. But yes, it's good to see some new faces, and I'm sure you've got some questions, burning questions. So Nigel, we're going to let, if you'll all mute, ladies, while we are in the session, it will be very, very helpful. And just another housekeeping reminder, if you would kindly mute your telephone or your cell phones as well. So that just kind of helps with any background noise, especially for ladies who might have a little hearing impairment. So again, welcome to our session. Nigel, it's all yours, my man. Go for it.
Okay, so I will go over. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 questions via email. So I can go over those two, and a couple of them I think I need to share my screen for. So let me go ahead and do that. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question is, can you put it an FAQ or something that may be beneficial to us all so that we can view when we have time? That's from Stephanie Schrader. So let me go ahead and show you where that is. So if you're actually on the community site here, down on the bottom left, there it says help. And there's a bunch of questions, and it's accordion style. So if you need to view the answer, you have to click on it and it'll expand here and you can see all the answers. And we've been updating this as we get, more questions and stuff. So hopefully that answers your question. The next one is, I joined RHS this past April. I reached out to the largest local group here in Northeast Tennessee and never received a response, either to invite me or to join or to let me know there wasn't a place for me. So right now there is a bug. Normally what happens is when you request to join a chapter, that queen should get an email, but right now there is a bug so that the queen is not getting that email. So it would require her to go into the website and look. But for the time being, if you want, you can send me an email with the name of the chapter, and I can look up the queen and send you the queen's name. And then what you can do is you can search for that queen here. Like you can search for their name. I'll just say Nigel Yoshida. And then you can message that member directly. So hopefully that'll be a good interim fix. Also, what we're going to be doing is, I'm going to show you something here. We're going to be adding the Queen's name to the chapter. So if you search for a chapter, there will be a Queen name here and it'll be clickable. So if you click on the Queen's name, it'll bring you to this where you can message them directly.
Nigel, I've also have another tip for our girls that if the messaging the member when they do the search is not coming through, they can always make a note of that and go back and send a private message to the member as well. And that's a double way that they can make sure that they're connecting.
Yeah, that's what these are private messages here, which is kind of what I was saying. So if you know the name of the chapter, for now, just email me the name of that chapter. And then I can send you the name. Since I can't give out like personal information and their direct email address, I can send you their name and then you can do a search for this member and then just send them a direct message. The direct message does actually send an email to that person. So they will receive that. And if you have any other problems after that, just kind of call Headquarters and we can help you out with connecting with another chapter.
Nigel, this is Mary Gail. I asked the question, what is your email?
It's nigel@redhatsociety.com.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And the next question is very similar. How do I go about getting involved in a local group? So it's from Jolene Cranston. So she might be new. So what you can do is if you want to search for a chapter here in the community, on the top left here, there's a search button. So if you click on search and it'll bring up chapters, you can search for either chapters or members. And you can search for a chapter by location. So you can do, we can say Fullerton, California, and it'll show chapters in your area. You can also do postal code. So like 92831, which is Fullerton. And it'll show the chapters. If you're doing a city, it's best if you do the city and the state, because there can be some like let me think here. I think Hollywood, there's Hollywood in Florida and
yes, there is
California. So
that's a good point. Yes.
So if you do Hollywood, I think it probably defaults to California. So it's not gonna, but if you do Hollywood, Florida, here's the Hollywood, Florida. So if you want to search by city, it's best if you do the city, comma, and then state. And then you can also search by chapter name. So if you happen to know the chapter name, then you can do that, like 20th century boxes. Then you can find a chapter by name. And I think it does it just by a string. So if I do foxes, it should find, yeah, see it'll search for all chapters with foxes within the name. So hopefully that's helpful.
Nigel, while you're still on there, on the left side, can you go back on the left side where it says private messages? Can you remind everybody to look at that, hopefully on a daily basis, because that's where they get messages.
Yeah, so right now it would be nice to have like a badge here that we're gonna put this later, that'll show a badge of all unread messages. Right now it does not show that, so it's going to be up to you to kind of look at this on a regular basis to see if you have any new messages. But in the future we're going to put a badge here, so it'll show like 1, 2, or 3. It'll just have the number of unread messages. Is that good, Deborah?
Yeah, that's because that's people were saying that no one's responding and we need to look at that.
Yeah. Okay, so and the last question I have is, how can I renew my dues as a regular Red Hatter and not as a Queen? So unfortunately right now you can't do that yourself, but you can call in and to Headquarters and So if you're a queen and you want to renew as a supporting member, you'll have to call into headquarters and we can do that for you. And that's another feature that we will add in the future.
Explain that again, Nigel, so I'm not sure I understand.
So if you're a queen and you want to renew, but you want to renew as a supporting member instead of as a queen.
Okay, so change your status.
Yes.
So if a
basically
member wants to upgrade her status to queen, she would have to do the same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So any change in your membership.
Correct. Yeah. So that's another thing I have on our list, as a feature. to
So
update.
what is that phone number? So we could just have it handy.
Let me get that for you. It's funny, I don't have it memorized.
Ladies, the direct dial is 714-738-0001. And our toll-free number, 866-386-2850.
Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think that's it. as
Enter that
far
in the
as-
chat as well.
Donna, can you put that in the chat?
I just did.
My screen, okay. Awesome. All right, so that's all the questions I had that were sent to me via email, but I can open it up to any other questions. Does
There's
anybody?
no questions.
Oh,
yeah.
Brenda from Texas.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I got to the party a little late, so you probably already answered this, but when you are, I try to help people find chapters. When I go on the Facebook page and people say they're looking for a chapter, I actually contact them and try and help them find a chapter. So when I go to the chapters and put in their zip code, their state or anything, and I go down and I see, okay, the Redbirds or something, okay, and it says view details and join.
Mm-hmm.
When I click on that, and there is absolutely no information, there's no name of anyone, nothing. Does that mean that chapter has not renewed and it's not a valid chapter?
So when you click on it and then it's blank, completely blank.
It's blank.
Yeah, that means that the queen has not renewed. And that also is a bug, that it should not show the chapter if the queen has expired.
I
So
thought
that's
it
another
just
thing
meant
we're
she
just-
hadn't filled anything in yet. Does that?
No, if it's blank like that, that means that the queen has expired.
Are you
Right.
sure?
Yeah.
Exactly. So we have
Yeah.
a lot of those. Last night I was looking up for some ladies in Oregon. And I mean, we just went chapter after chapter after chapter and there was nothing. And she was telling me, yeah, I've tried to join all of those, and I said, well, we're going to have to expand, the mileage. Are you willing to drive? So
Do you happen to remember the zip code? I want to do one right now and try.
I think it was
Or
08.
you can just say is it Portland or?
It was 083113. I don't know.
083113. Let me try that.
I don't remember what I did this morning.
All right. Do you remember the city? Was it
Well,
near
we were
Portland?
looking in, this lady was in Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon zip code is a 97 something.
Oh. I helped about 4 ladies last night, so,
As
Yeah. If you click view details and join and it's just blank,
it's
then
blank,
that means that the
absolutely
queen-
blank.
Yeah, that means that the queen has expired.
Because
So-
several of them I would click, and I understand a lot of the queens are not getting on, and yes, I'm trying to help get the queens on too. So if I see a name at the bottom, I will do everything in my power to contact that name. And I did see some of the ladies belong, I will go and look her up on the Red Hat Society, see what chapter she's in, and I saw that she was in like the Bionic Babes. Well, I know Joanne Miller, so now I'm going to contact Joanne Miller and see if she can give me, help. So I don't know what to do. Yeah.
When
Well,
you say blank, do you mean absolutely no headings or anything? Because
Yeah,
I assumed people had not filled anything in yet.
Right.
Correct.
I'm going to share something that is not so much as system related, but the association related is
Okay.
right now we're getting out of a pandemic. So the activity is very different right now than it would have been if we did not have a pandemic. So some of these chapters or queens, even members, are a little bit on hiatus until they can start going out. So as you're talking to others, ask them to be patient. And then if you remember when we first started, because I've been around almost since the beginning, is the way we started Red Hat is when people couldn't find something in their area, we told them to start a chapter. And that's how we blossomed. So you can remind them that, if it's not, don't be discouraged. Why don't you try and start a chapter? It's not as scary as you think. And that's how we grew to like 40,000 queens at one time. So, just remind them that right now we're in a pandemic and to just be calm and to participate and play online. And, just be as encouraging and kind as you can, because this is what we're going through right now.
Yes, that's what I've been doing, and so then I go into ways that you can join a chapter, go on next door neighbor, go to your neighbor next door, go to the grocery store, wear your colors at the bank.
I
So
love
try
it.
but ladies are really scared because they don't know a lot. And so then I'm trying to put together a notebook and a fact sheet where I can give them more information on how do you get started. What you
Deborah,
need to
there
do.
used to be a fabulous document on the old website on answering Brenda Carter. Hi, Texas. How you doing, by the way? I think it was still on the website, Deborah, and I'm telling you, it's 99 pages. And Brenda, if you want me to send you, I only charge Canadian 5 cents a page. Just saying.
No. I've already printed that. I actually printed everything I could before that old thing went down. The old website went down. I downloaded everything I could.
And we are going to be putting that up. And Nigel, do you have any status on when the hand guide's coming out?
We're finishing Flamingo Fling first.
Okay, so it is done and it needs to be posted. We're just figuring out where, and the Flamingo Fling will be done first, but I get it. I know everybody needs that tool, and so we're going to get it to you.
So Brenda, I saved it because I'm telling you, the women in the Red Hat Society are just remarkable. And I got to meet the queen who developed that. So send me an email. Up here in Canada where it's raining, at least you could send me some of your heat, for gosh sakes, and I'll be happy to help you out. And congratulations to all of you, staff. I'm just so proud of all your efforts that you're doing. And Andrea in New Brunswick, Deborah, I got to actually meet Andrea in New Brunswick.
Yes.
What a cool lady, let me tell you.
Send me that email too of the connections. I want to make sure that that's the latest information. So send that to me and I'll look it over too.
And you are who? No, I'm only kidding. Only kidding. I just got kicked out of a line dancing in the park for being a smarty pet. So I'm going on mute now, Donna Hempel.
So Carolyn Queen Hattie from the UK had a question. She raised her hand.
Yeah, I've got a question that CC can't get in. I posted the code on the pub and on the Happy Hatters page, and CC.
Yeah, I posted it on the quarantinis too.
And
Strange.
nobody's let her in.
What is she getting, like an error or something?
Is she waiting to be admitted?
No. There's no waiting room. I don't see anybody in the waiting room here.
Huh.
That's strange. Somebody did have a question on here. Let's see.
Oh, I wondered.
Lakita Pinkston said, I've joined at least 5 clubs. I am a queen. How can I tell if I've been accepted? So let me share my screen again real quick. I can show you. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
So on the left-hand side here, this will list all of the chapters that you are a part of. So ambassadors, headquarters, official. So if that, so one of the chapters that you requested to join, if it's listed on here, that means you have been accepted. So hopefully that helps. Oops, I'm going to the wrong thing. Okay. Do we have, oh, Penny Johnson.
Yeah, I put over on the side, on the old site, there was a way to real quickly look up if there was an ambassador in an area based on their location. Is that coming on this site?
Yeah, that is coming. That's also, we have a couple other things that are coming before that, but that is something that we want to do.
Okay, because that'll really help with connecting the new members with the chapters.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
the primary tool I used to use, and it was wonderful.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's true.
We understand how important that is.
Okay.
Cynthia has a question, Mr. Nigel.
Okay. Cynthia?
Okay, I didn't hear what Donna said. Can you share a screen and show us an instance where nothing's showing up? You were
Yeah,
saying
hold on.
if
Let
nothing
me try to,
shows up, then it means
let me try to
they're
find
not
somebody.
a real chapter.
Yep. Let me try to find somebody. Give me
Well,
a
he's
sec.
looking, the phone number of the office is on the chat, as well as Nigel's email address.
Sorry, I'm trying to find, it's going to require me to find a queen that's expired so I can show you. So give me a little bit.
Because I often see chapters where there's nothing filled in, but the headings are all there, but there's nothing filled in. I just assumed the queen hadn't gone and filled it in yet. For example, Marcy's pirate chapter, that she's never filled anything in, and I know that's still a legal chapter.
Yeah, but when it's when the queen is expired, nothing will show up. It won't even show the name or anything.
But Marcy, we know for a fact, is an active member. She's a hat every year. So
I
Right.
mean, the headings show up, but she
Yeah,
hasn't
but
filled in any details.
exactly.
So
So the
are
heading
you-
will show up.
Nigel, might you be able to share with the ladies a little tip of how they can update the chapter description or put a little note in with their chapter so it gives a brief description of where they meet, how often, maybe a local venue, gives a little insight to some of the ladies, a little more detailed information.
You can show mine if you want. Mine's filled out.
Oh, yay, Cynthia.
Well, I can't do that because I'm not the queen of that chapter. So it
No, but I mean,
requires-
you can go to Big D Regal's, Dallas, Texas, and you'll see details there.
Yeah, but I think Donna's asking me to show you guys how to update the details of a chapter. So let me do that. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So here, let me go to another one. Here we go. So if you go to like, if I'm the leader or queen of a chapter, like I'm the leader of this chapter headquarters team, I can go up here and click on details. And then here I can add, and if it's already, if I've already added something, I can edit it. So if I want to add the chapter description here, I can. So I can say chapter 4 society staff. And I hit save. And then here's the description or the summary. And there's also description. You can change, you can set the privacy. And you can also edit the photo, and the photo is what shows up right here. So hopefully that's helpful. So Cynthia, I'm having trouble finding a queen that is expired. So once I find one, I can send you screenshots of what that would look like. So
Okay,
it'll
then.
probably have to be after this meeting.
So you're not saying if you go to a chapter and nothing's filled in, that doesn't mean the chapter.
Yeah, so like hold on, let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen one more time and show you. All right, here we go. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Old Drive, Fullerton, California again. So Destiny's Child, if I click on here, you can actually see this, but you know, there's no summary. Let's see. Curves chapter. So, oh, Donna's clearly she's not expired. Yeah, so these are all these have, even if there's no chapter description or summary, they still show up because the queen is active. But if it's not, then if the queen is expired, then this will just, everything here will be blank. And again, this is a bug, so we'll talk to our development teams to hide all chapters that have a queen that's expired. So hopefully that'll help. So any other questions?
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question, but I put my hand up after Cynthia, so
Oh,
let's
okay.
Cynthia first.
I was just going to ask, the last time we met, you said you were working on rosters and events. How's that coming?
Yeah, so we're Flamingo Fling should be fairly soon, within the next week. And then after that, we're going to start working on those two things. Chapter roster will be next. But we're trying to get Flamingo Fling out as quickly as possible. Carolyn, you had a question?
My question was regarding events as well. Some time ago, I posted on my page a turkey and tinsel for this November, the end of November. How does anybody see it if they don't look at my page?
Yeah, so again, that's one of the things that we're going to be updating on when we update chapter events. We're going to allow you to like send out invites for, you know, to other people that aren't in your chapter. So that's how it's going to see it.
Is there going to be a calendar somewhere
Yeah,
where all of these events appear?
yes, yeah. And you'll be able to search by
people.
area or.
Carolyn, couldn't you post it in the Red Hat Society group rather than your chapter? Then everybody would see it.
Well, I posted it, but I don't, because it was easier for people to do their own bookings with the pandemic and everything. If it, heaven forbid, if the pandemic sort of kept going and we had to another lockdown, if they'd made their own bookings, they would then get a refund. If they'd sent their money to me and I'd done a group booking, the refunds would have been that much more difficult to access. And what's happened is people have booked, and because we would like to have our meal times more or less at the same time, I'm trying to, you know, I'm now finding that more people have booked than I realized, which is fine, you know, I can handle that. But I just thought if there was a page that they could go to, you know, on the website, it would be more informative and easier to deal with.
Yeah, we're going to have a calendar and everything where you can search.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, Nigel.
You're welcome. Andrea, you have your hand raised, and from NB, I'm assuming Newport Beach, California.
No, I'm Canada. That's my question.
New Brunswick.
Just a minute, I'm going to close my door.
I think that's New Brunswick.
Yeah, so
I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, and you're speaking all US. So that's my question. My renewal is next month. So am I going to have a problem, or is it going to be the same as in the US? will I be able to do it online?
Yes, you should be able to do it online.
I am a queen, so,
Yeah. You'll be able to do everything online.
and pay it through my MasterCard and
Yes,
everything should be
yeah,
fine, the
yeah.
same way I've always done it, okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Go to profile and then click membership when you're in your profile.
Yep, exactly. Anne Marie.
I feel silly asking this, but how do I add my photo to my profile?
Oh, I'll show you. Give me a second. I'm going to share my screen again. You see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So
So
if you go here on the left,
profile,
profile,
yeah.
see right here where it says profile photo,
Yeah, okay.
and go in here and upload a photo.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, it'll, when you click upload photo, it'll have, you can select a photo from your computer. I'm on a Mac here, so it's going to look a
Okay,
little bit different if
yeah, I
you're on
don't have-
Windows.
I guess
But
I'll
you'll have to
take a-
locate it on your
Okay.
computer.
All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
That doesn't help me.
So we've got about 8 minutes left. If somebody else has any more questions. Penny
Another
Johnson.
one from Penny, yes.
All right, my next question is, so I had somebody private message me and asked to join. I private messaged her back and told her I'd love to connect with her personally and visit with her. And I've never heard anything back. It's been several weeks, so I'm afraid that maybe it's a two-way lack of communication, that they might not be finding out if we've contacted them back. But because I can't see a roster, I can't even know how to email her. If I contact headquarters or something, can I get her email since she is now officially listed as a member in my roster?
Oh, no, I'm not allowed to give out personal information until, and we're going to be updating that so people can opt into allowing others to see personal information. But for now, I'm not allowed to give out, somebody's email address without their consent.
Okay, just confirming that this problem with communication is a two-way thing, because I was trying to get her to come to one of our activities, but I'm afraid she's not knowing that I've simply replied through a private message on this site.
Yeah, when you send a private message, they should get an email, and they do get an email. So then maybe she's not just reading it. That's
Okay.
possible.
Well, yeah, if she doesn't know what my email address was, does it come as an email from me or does it come from headquarters?
It comes from Montaunton, actually.
Okay.
It'll say from Montaunton.
Okay.
But anytime you send a private message, it sends the recipient an email with the message inside.
Okay.
Penny, I referred a lady to you. I found a lady on my roster asking to join my chapter, and she was in Grand Prairie, so
Yes,
that's
I think
pretty
it's the same
far.
one. Janice Berardo or something like
Yeah,
that.
is that the one? Did you get it? And then she
Yeah,
just
but
disappeared off.
the only thing I could do was private message her back, and that
Yeah.
was.
I did too. I private, and she just disappeared off my roster, so she must have taken herself off.
Okay, all right. Well, thank
Deborah,
you.
you were
We're
about to
trying
say
here. We
something.
really are. It's just there's things that need to be resolved, I think.
Sure.
Yeah. Penny, email me, and I want to kind of look at yours as an example so I can study this as well. And email me today, and I can help you look this up or contact the person on behalf of headquarters and just learn from this, because if there's a bug, we want to fix it.
Okay,
So,
all right, we'll do that.
Yeah, I know Nigel's got his hands full, so I'm being a little bit of a help.
Yeah,
Aren't
but
I,
I know
aren't I,
that
Nigel?
Yeah.
things are to help
that's
you
fine.
guys as well, so.
Yeah, no, we want to fix any bugs that are potentially happening, so.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, and if we only have 8 minutes, I just want to give you a headquarters update. Headquarters is still on lockdown because of the fire. And what's happening is our landlord is trying to get us an emergency generator, but it's like pulling teeth trying to get this. So we're in the process of getting approval. So right now our offices are still on a lockdown, but we will keep you up to date. Fortunately, all our staff is now working from home, and they are just picking up all the pieces that are laying around. The only thing that's a real delay is getting your packages. So please ask our anyone who's waiting to be patient. And if they need a copy of their ID, let us know and we'll email them or figure out something. But I just want to commend our Hat Quarters team because we're not letting things stop because of a pandemic or a fire. Nothing's going to stop us from serving you. So I just want to give you that quick update.
So somebody else has a question, but it shows her name as Galaxy Tab A. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, that's Pamela. I meant to change it, but I was just checking. I have a balance on my Flamingo. Can I call in and find out what my balance and still pay it off?
Yes,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marcy.
I still, I sent I sent an email a month ago and then I just followed up by sending it again. I cannot add or remove anybody from my primary chapter, the Funky Flint Red Hat Society. I can add and remove people from other chapters, but not that one. I did send an email. I haven't had a response from anybody. I sent it.
Yeah, I sent an email to Latanya this morning. I'm gonna talk to her about that and then I'll get back to you. I just saw that email and I responded to your other one as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because both of them were sent a month ago.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know why I didn't see that one, Marcy. I apologize.
Okay.
We'll get back to you today though. I promise.
Okay, thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
I think I got time for one more question. I've got 3 minutes left. If anybody has any questions.
Deborah Dyer.
Deborah Dyer.
I saw in chat where one lady said that she accepted like 20 ladies and then someone wasn't very nice to her. Did anybody respond to that message in chat?
Oh, who is this? Let me see here. Donna, do you want to find that and help her out?
The question is, I accepted 20 members. I was chewed out by a queen when I contacted her, and the others I never heard from. What am I doing wrong? La Quinta Pinkston, could you please help us identify a little more, explain a little more about your question? Are you still with us? I don't see her. I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to properly respond to that question.
He's still showing up on page 2.
Laquita, are you with us so that we might be able to help you with the question?
She's on mute.
Yes, please feel free to unmute.
She just said she's still there.
Now, possibly
Maybe,
she stepped
Donna,
away,
do you
Nigel.
want to contact her after this directly?
So while we're waiting, we've had 45 people participate. So this is good news.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yes.
Okay, so looks like time's about to expire.
So these are gonna be monthly meetings now?
Yeah, monthly, second Thursday of every month.
And the same log on, or is it gonna change?
Yeah, it's gonna be consistent, so it's gonna be the same one. So that
I have
you
a
guys
quick question. Hello?
Somebody had a question?
Yes, I tried to join your organization online. I picked a location that's not far from me, and I never got any response.
Okay, so send me an email with the chapter name, and then I can give you the queen's name, and you can send them a direct message.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, looks like it's about to expire, so I apologize if we just get cut off here. So anyways, thanks all for coming. I'll save this recording and post it on
Can
YouTube.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I came late and I'm